here we are in day 7th? Yeah, probably day 7th of this experiment. This is like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Today is 8th of August, so yeah, exactly day 7 of this experiment. I'm actually being consistent, and I'm happy about that, because probably I don't know what this is gonna lead me, but it's always a good thing to try things and learn different skills, or learn, you know, some lessons that this may give you in the long run. So actually today I'm feeling quite tired, to be honest. And what I was just thinking right now when I put the camera is like how much I do require self-expression, I do require creativity, because I've been working so much this week, like so focused on engineering, that yeah, I love engineering and I love analytical thinking or logical problem solving, all of these things, but when I'm writing documents and on topics that definitely require intellect, but I cannot fully, like, you know, do this creative self-expression thing like as I'm doing now, like straight from, you know, my creative spirit, creative vessel, like, and for you, for this video. Also when I'm just drawing for the sake of drawing, dancing at home for the sake of dancing, when I'm going to a coffee shop and when I go for a coffee shop and just to create, I really crave that. I didn't even notice how much I do crave that, because honestly I go normally every other day, normally I create something. Like, I don't spend more than 2 days without creating, and yeah, anything artistic, whatever it is, but this week has been quite different, quite busy, analytical, you know, and I am feeling it. I'm feeling kind of exhausted, and it's not exhausted, like physically exhausted, you know. I think I'm quite good physically at the moment, but yeah, it's more like I do really need to self-express. I do really need to talk to you guys. I do really need, I really do need to go tomorrow to a coffee shop and create, maybe for a couple of hours. I do crave creativity. I crave it. I just need that it's like my, you know, my fuel. It's actually, I cannot live without it. And some people can go with it 9 to 5 jobs and but some people can go through life in the 9 to 5 jobs and they are little creative or not even creative at all, more administrative or whatever it is. And yeah, I don't think I could live this way. I've never been this way. Like, oh, my arms hurting. No, I've never been this way, and I think I will never be. I just love so much to, you know, be in flow, being in touch with, you know, what I feel, what I sense, like actually, you know, this creative act to put something into this world that is just so genuine. And I've done that throughout my whole life. When I was younger, I feel like I was studying engineering, but then piano in the evenings. So I've always had these two parts of the brain working together, sometimes like left brain, sometimes right brain. I've never been too attached or too labeled to one side of my brain. But yeah, I have to tell you guys, I need to restart the camera, that I'm quite tired today. I'm not feeling it, because I think what I need is a good rest of this kind of 4 days of using my right part of the brain probably too much or more than normal, because I've been hyper focusing on that to get some things done and sorted. But I, you know, neglected kind of in my creative, you know, the creative part of me, so I created less. Even like the simple things as create a new kind of dinner or be creative while making dinner, I didn't even do that. So it's time to prioritize that this weekend. It's time to tomorrow prioritize, you know, flow, prioritize rest, prioritize creative uses as well, you know. So I do really need that, because I'm not feeling it today. Even to be in this chat with you guys, I'm not feeling it, and just it's because I'm really not feeling that much the flow as the other days. I'm quite probably, you know, a bit drained in this sense, but not drained because I'm doing this. Actually, after I'm doing this, probably I would feel much better. It's because I just need to recharge creatively. In a sense, like I've done too much from the analytical brain. And yeah, I've always been like that. I don't know if you can relate or not to this. Some people may find it complex, but I do really think it's the best way to live, in my opinion, because you get to have both parts of your brain working, and when one is resting, the other one is working. So it's actually really cool, because people would say, like, how do you rest? And this weekend, my resting is gonna be creation. So I'm not gonna just be lying in the sofa and watching TV, because actually, even though that action feels like I'm actually resting, physical rest is not what I need. What I need is actually being in flow, dance, draw, create content, read, you know, talk to the camera. I do need that. I do need to be in contact with, you know, my creativity, my spirit, you know. I've neglected it for 4 full days, which is not normally how an artist lives, so I do crave that. And you need to know what kind of rest you need to do, depending on what parts of your brain, or if you use so much your body, you need to rest physically, like after going to a successful session at the gym, like 2-hour session, wherever. You need to rest these muscles. You cannot go maybe the next day and do, you know, harder than that. Obviously you can do the next day, but what I mean is, yeah, I'm quite lost today. What I mean is, like, you cannot force till the limit or any of your, you know, your parts. You cannot force too much your analytical brain without giving it a rest. You cannot force too much your body without giving it a rest. So everything in moderation. And when you see you have like overextended one of these areas, you need to come back to equilibrium, you know, to use the other ones. And not necessarily always is like physical rest, as you see. Like this weekend I'm gonna go for a hike, for example, so I'm not gonna rest physically, but this is gonna recharge me like socially, because I'm going with friends. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go do a lot of creativity, which is gonna recharge me to come back on Monday and continue with my analytical and logical brain, which I need to be another at least 3 days very, very focused on that analysis logical brain. So just in kind of in summary, like, I think I've done a weird video today, but I just needed to show up. I just need to show up for myself and see if I can, you know, deliver something, even though it's a conversation a little bit out of tangent or whatever. Bear with me, because probably I am a little bit exhausted today. So see you tomorrow, guys.